Open Heaven Daily Devotional by Pastor Iya Adeboye. Today, Wednesday, August 27th, 2025. Topic: No respecter of persons. Memory verse: Romans chapter 2, verse 11. Romans 2:11. For there is no respect of persons with God. Bible reading: Matthew chapter 8, verse 5 to 13. Matthew 8, 5 to 13. Message: God is no respecter of persons, according to Acts chapter 10, verse 34. Acts 10:34. Whatever he has done for somebody else before, he can do for you also. For example, in 1 Kings chapter 17, verse 8 to 16. 1 Kings 17, 8 to 16. There was a widow who had only one meal left. God paid her a visit, and that final meal lasted another 3 years. In 2 Kings chapter 4, verse 1 to 7. 2 Kings 4, 1 to 7. There was another widow who had only one pot of oil. The Lord moved in her situation, and the oil kept multiplying until there was enough to sell, to pay all her debts, and live on for her lifetime. If you've seen God do something you desire for somebody, take that as an assurance that He can do the same for you. When you come across an account of a kind of miracle that you desire in the scriptures, rejoice, because your own miracle is on its way. As long as they are His children, God isn't partial to anyone or any type of people. All that matters to Him is that you believe, because all things are possible to those who believe, according to Mark chapter 9, verse 23. Mark 9:23. God is a God of principles, and anyone who follows His principles and has faith in Him will experience His goodness and power. Jesus couldn't do many mighty works in His hometown because of the people's unbelief, as we see in Matthew chapter 13, verse 58. Matthew 13:58. Even though they were His town people, as long as they didn't have faith, they couldn't receive miracles. Unbelief closed the doors of miracles to them, and Jesus, who had the Holy Spirit without measure, according to John chapter 3, verse 34. John 3:34 could only heal a few sick people, as we see in Mark chapter 6, verse 5. Mark 6:5. No matter how close you think you are to God, if you harbor unbelief, you may limit what He can do in your life and through you. When someone has faith, regardless of the fellow's nationality, ability, or status, he or she will experience great miracles. When Jesus was on earth, while some Jews were dying in their sicknesses because of their unbelief, some Gentiles were receiving jaw-dropping miracles. The centurion in today's Bible reading is an example of a Gentile whose faith attracted miracles. He understood that distance isn't a barrier when faith is present, and Jesus was amazed at his great faith. Beloved, if you have faith in God concerning a miracle you've seen or read about, God is able to replicate the same in your life. It doesn't matter how terrible your situation is or the obstacles that surround you. If you believe, you will see God's glory at work, according to John chapter 11, verse 40. John 11:40. Key points: God is no respecter of persons. He only respects and responds to His principles and our faith. Bible in 1 year. Ezekiel chapter 13 to chapter 15. Ezekiel chapter 13 to chapter 15. Hymn for today: It is so sweet to trust in Jesus. God bless you.